Welcome to another episode of the Tough Stuff Podcast.
Be sure to like, love, share, or subscribe wherever you may be watching or listening because we believe God wants to bring encouragement and hope through these stories.
What's going on, Tough Stuff? How you guys doing today? Hopefully you're having a splendid whatever day it might be that you're watching this. I'm with the one and the only I'm super excited about today. Cecil Collins, the living legend. I was going to say Cecil the Diesel, but according to the WAFB documentary, the Diesel's been put to rest.
Put to rest.
Bro, we got the real Cecil here today.
Yes,
Sleep.
sir.
He's done with.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm excited about today. Excited to get in this conversation. Once again, always like, share, subscribe, whatever you could do to get this word out, because I believe the God's going to encourage some people, speak to some people today, and that's our whole heart behind this thing. So we're just going to start from the top. Tell us a little something about yourself, Cecil. Man, where you grew up, you know, what that looked like, and we're going to get into the good stuff in a little bit.
No doubt. Well, for one thing, I grew up as an Army brat.
Did you?
Yeah, my daddy was in the Army. I pretty much grew up in Leesville.
All right.
But as a young kid, from age, I guess day one to like 9 years old, I grew up all across the United States, from Oklahoma to Texas to Germany. And then my parents got separated and I moved to Leesville. And I grew up from Leesville from the 5th grade all the way through high school.
Leesville, Louisiana.
Leesville, Louisiana, baby.
That's one of the things where I just wonder how people just end up somewhere like Leesville. I've been all around the country and in Leesville.
Ain't that something? I love it though, man. That's my hometown.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited to have you today, bro. Honestly, and I don't even know if you know this, but the first time I met you, Coach Danny Smith grabbed me on a Sunday. And I don't know if you know this either, but so I'm the men's pastor at the church. I oversee all that, and I'm in South Louisiana. So it's all about hunting, fishing, and football. That's it. And bro, I ain't grew up hunting, fishing. I grew up playing football.
Right.
But I like to play. I don't like to watch other people play. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't grow up I don't cry when LSU loses. I'm excited when they win.
Right.
My life doesn't revolve around that. So I remember when Coach grabbed me and he said, "Hey man, I need you to meet Cecil Collins." And bro, honestly, I don't mean this to dish you or anything, but I'm like, all right, I guess Cecil Collins, I guess Coach just likes to use his whole name, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He acted like I should know who you are.
Right.
But then I remember meeting you, I was like, man, that's a cool dude, bro. That's like bro, the life that you got in you, the zeal, the passion. And I was like, that's a cool dude, that's awesome, blah, blah. And we introduced, you were in Texas at the time, you're welcome to the church, whatever. And then I walked over to somebody else. I was like, yeah, man, I just met this dude, Cecil Collins. And the dude looked at me and said, Cecil Collins? Like Cecil the Diesel? And I was like, at that point, I'm just trying to save face, keep myself from being embarrassed. So I had to walk over and Google it right quick. But bro, it's honestly, that's cool though. I'm happy that I met you that way because you marked me not because of your past, but because of your present. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And obviously you went on to play, man, NFL, man, one of the best running backs in history. That's why I said living legend, because you're still running.
Yep, still running, baby.
I heard that you played actually in a coach's game with your son's flag football team the other day. And they said Cecil still got it. They still got it.
Got a little something, man. Tell you what, though, I almost pulled my whole hand.
Age catches up.
Oh, my goodness, man.
It don't give you no warning, though.
No warning, bro. I'm talking about I ain't played no football since.
Yeah, when it wants to speak to you, it just speaks.
Oh, it was fun, though, man.
Yeah.
It was fun getting out there with those guys. Actually, I'm probably going to start doing that every year because I'm coaching now, so I'm probably going to continue doing that, man. But it was fun. And I still do got a little speed. I got skills, man.
That's it.
I mean,
we're gonna get
what he got for me,
ain't
nobody take, man.
So, Leesville, Louisiana, bro. Man, you grew up, your mom was in the Army, your dad was in the Army?
My dad was in the Army.
All right.
Yeah.
Grew up two-parent home?
Two-parent home until I was 9 years old.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're 9, your parents kind of split, or what that look like?
Man, that was tough, man. My parents split while I was in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And, I tell you what, the impact on me at that time, I didn't realize it as much till I got a little bit older, you know? But it was rough because it's like this. I see it now more that I got my son CJ.
Yeah.
You know, because I know how me and CJ are. That's my ace.
Yeah.
You know, so I know I was like this with my daddy. I was the same with my daddy, up under my daddy. Every Saturday, Sunday, we watching football, watching college football. We watching NFL.
You raised with football.
Man, listen, man. Me and my brother, you know, my older brother, you know, when he come home, he get out his army clothes. He bring me and my brother outside. He drawing plays in the dirt. He running around trees and cold. This was an everyday thing. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that. That was a routine, man. And when that just like went away, I was lost, man.
Yeah.
I was in a total shock and didn't understand it at the time.
Yeah.
You know, and I leashed out on a lot of things because I just didn't know what to do, man. I really did, man. And at that time, my grandfather was a deacon. And we was church. No cursing, nothing, none of that, man. I was good. Great little kid.
Yeah.
Man, but when that happened, man, everything changed.
Shook something up.
It shook it up, man.
I think we talked about that on here before, man. Just, you know, identity. You get your identity. Until we create an identity of our own, bro, we completely absorb our identity from our fathers.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this even a little while because even football was probably your identity forever and have that kind of snatched away.
Right.
But when you build your life, which as a kid, in the innocence, you can't help but build your life on your dad, you know. Even you get your last name from him.
Yep.
Typically, you know, back in the day for generations, you got your career from him. You got everything. You know what I'm saying? And to have that taken, it's I was thinking about this the other day because I knew that your dad y'all's relationship changed at the age of 9. But I had one of my boys on here a while back, Ronald, and he had kind of similar story. Ronald ended up going to prison, doing a life sentence, got let out on just an act of God. But he had his dad almost until 9, 10 years old too. And then, you know, parents split, and just to see how important that role of a father is. Like, even you could have 9 years of it, and that still ain't enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that shook you at 9.
That shook me, man. That shook me. And then it came to this aspect of me, my brother, and my sister with my mama in Louisiana. She at work. We home alone. So we ripping and running. We don't have no guidance.
Yeah.
You know, we getting into everything. And we went so far off astray, you know. It's amazing to look back on it and see how far we have come. And see how far I have come from that aspect of my life, from leaving my dad not being in my life right there, to me going through everything I went to the relationship we have now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it came full circle.
That's awesome.
You know, and it's so awesome, bro. It's so awesome.
That's a blessing, bro.
It is, man. With me and my daddy like this, you know.
That's it. That's awesome. You know, my dad was never in my life at all. Alcoholic, all that. And honestly, just this past year, now it's through a different set of circumstances, but my dad, I got a call about a year ago. He was he's been homeless forever, man. Just drinks, don't want to quit, don't want to help. But I don't even know why I wasn't trying to go into this at all, but I got a call. They found him beat up from a fight he got in, left in an alley. And honestly, just to see how God redeems relationships, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm his caretaker on paper, power of attorney and all that. And he's mentally incapacitated, but just to see him, even though he's not there, just that connection, bro, is so huge between a father and a son.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It changes the game, man. And so you ain't
Father and son, baby.
That's it. Father, Son, the Holy Spirit.
Man, that's what it is.
So what that look like, 9-year-old Cecil out in the streets? Man. I mean, you grew up single mom, honestly, for the most part.
Yeah.
So I mean, y'all grew up in a rough area, subdivision. What's it like in Leesville?
Man, Leesville rough, man.
Woods, man.
Leesville, I mean, it's a small town, and it's next to which is Fort Polk, which is an army base.
Right.
So it was like a lot of transaction from a lot of people from all over the world.
You get all kind of people, like a gumbo.
All like a gumbo, you know. From all the way to 9 years old, that's what I had anyway, because I was traveling all over the world, so I was around everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so when I went to Leesville, it was pretty much the same thing. You know, just in a smaller capacity and without my daddy being right there.
Yeah.
You know, so when I got there, I was an alien. I didn't know nobody. You know, I didn't have no family over there. It was just us.
Yeah.
You know, so going into an environment like that, where you don't know nobody, you know, now you start creating relationships, and you know, I end up getting some best friends out of the situation. You know, at a young age. You know, I met my best friend Michael, man, at a young age. You know, and he stayed down the street from me, and he, the same way, he moved down there through the armed forces.
Really?
You know, and we ended up meeting like that. You know, playing basketball, because we had the only basketball goal right in the neighborhood. We did have that now. We had the basketball goal, and that's how we ended up meeting. Everybody used to come to our house and play basketball, man. And it turned out good though, man. It did turn out good, man. I met some great people down there. Made a lot of great relationships, man. And but it was a test of time down there, man. It was a test of times, man. You know, me and my brother, man, we was like this. You know, we still tight.
Yeah.
But you know, through our times, you know, we separated because we all went through our paths in life, and we both, Lord knows, we both have been through a lot.
Yeah.
You know, him on another scale, and for us to come back and where we are now, because man, listen, man, it's been a blessing. God been so good to us, man. Listen, man, listen, that Leesville, and you know what? I love Leesville because it helped me become the man I am today. Because I've seen so many things later on in life, man. Later on in life, man, the lessons that I learned, man. And Coach Smith, Coach, man. You know, he was the type of coach and father figure where he didn't take it easy on me.
Yeah. So he was your high school.
Yeah, he was my high school coach,
right?
man.
Leesville High.
He was my high school coach, man. Freshman year on, you know.
And y'all started a special relationship right there. You played Pee Wee football before then or anything like that?
Man, I played since I can crawl.
Yeah.
You know,
they didn't have all this flag football when you were.
I played flag 1 year.
Did you?
I played flag 1 year, and I don't know how my daddy said I was good, but I was so physical in it. The next year I went straight to tackle.
Yeah.
You know,
I never played no flag, bro.
I couldn't deal with it.
Bob Morgan, and we played for skull and crossbone stickers. You were trying to hit somebody.
You better believe
Every
it.
time you got a good hit, you got a sticker. I played.
That's right.
I wasn't trying to win no games. I was trying to hit people. Had some aggression to take out.
Totally different, bro. And
So when did you really start to stand out as far as football? Was that high school, or was that kind of Pee Wee years?
Yeah, Pee Wee. My
Yeah.
daddy was my first coach.
Oh yeah, so he wasn't.
My dad is my first
Wasn't
coach.
pulling
man.
no punches.
Wasn't pulling no punches.
Yeah.
You know, I played running back. I played running back from Jump Street. I played running back and cornerback. And my brother was the quarterback. Man, we was something else together, man.
Really?
Like, we was tough
Dynamic
on them. We was
duo.
tough on them boys, man.
Yeah.
We let me see, November, December, January, February, March, April, we're like a year and 5 months apart.
All right.
So we're real close. You know, so we always played together.
Yeah.
You know, all the way through life, we pretty much played together until high school, till things started going the wrong way. But yeah, man, as far as I know, man, I've been good from day one. And, you know, that was my gift, man. And it was something that I loved so much, man. I was honed in, bro. I was talking about playing football. I knew where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it to the NFL
Really?
as a young kid, at a young age, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I did, bro.
Yeah.
I played football. I was good in baseball and basketball too, you know, but I ran track, powerlifting, all of that. But football, that was it, man.
You think that's what kind of kept you out of? Did you get in much trouble in high school at all, or was it just so much?
I mean, I got a lot of fights, and you know.
Yeah.
I really didn't get in too much trouble in high school. A little bit of trouble, but not no big trouble. Getting arrested and going to jail, nothing like that. You know,
You think
little
football
mischievous.
kind of what kept you?
Football was definitely my solidity. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That discipline,
Yeah.
having somewhere to be constant.
That's right, accountability.
Yeah. So high school, bro. Cecil, is that when the diesel was created? When did the diesel?
Man,
Where did that name come from?
Man,
Was
you
it
know
high
what?
school?
It came from high school, but I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't know exactly who came up with it, man.
Yeah.
There's 2 stories on that, and I don't really know, so I can't say who did it.
But it's stuck.
But it's stuck. They said I ran like a Mack truck, so they called me the Diesel, trucking down the field.
Yeah.
And it's stuck. I think it was maybe my sophomore year in high school.
Yeah.
And it's stuck, man.
Dude,
It's
I
a
probably
thing.
ain't shared this since, I don't know, high school, but Football, my nickname was Papa Smurf. We went 2 different paths, bro. You were the Diesel, they called me Papa Smurf. I had it on the back of my uniform.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
we
what's
played
up.
for this Pee Wee team called the Vipers, bro. We were running stuff back in Baton Rouge back in the day. So high school, bro, the Diesel starts to take off.
Oh my gosh.
Notoriety, bro.
Oh my gosh.
What did that look like coming from just a kid that, you look at, you just a kid dropped in the middle of Leesville, don't know nobody.
Right.
To just all of a sudden you explode on the scene.
Explode on the scene, man. And I'm gonna tell you, to me, at the time, it was good for me, but it was bad for me too.
Yeah.
Because I took advantage of it. It created a character.
Mm-hmm.
That Diesel became a character. And I didn't really know at the time, It became this character of you could do anything, or you can get away with anything.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna get you out of this.
Yeah.
It became that.
Yeah.
And as we used to say back in the day, we got the big head.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened, man. Cocky, big head.
Yeah.
And it just formed it just kept forming, bro. It kept forming. It kept forming without that foundation. You already know.
Yeah.
It kept forming. It turned into something this shit to turn into a beast.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine, bro. I went to go speak at a football team, a high school football team a couple weeks ago at a Christian private school here in Baton Rouge, bro. And I walked into like the commons area where everybody eats lunch.
Right.
And I'm not lying. There was 8 foot tall, like banners of each football player's face around the commons area in high school of their face. And I was just like, man, I felt for them kids. Cause at that age, bro, it's hard to have that kind of, I don't know, power almost in a sense, or notoriety. And you don't even know who you are at that time.
At all.
You know what
at
I'm
all.
saying?
But they throw it to you like that though.
Yeah.
The world, they don't care.
Yeah.
They're not worried about the person like talking. They're not worried about the person. They football.
Yeah.
They push that.
So you feel like you had to kind of live up to that character of the Diesel?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely had to live up to it, man. That's how I felt, man. And I lived up to it a little too much, The Diesel kind of put Cecil and figuring out who Cecil was in the back.
Yeah.
Cecil stayed in the back for a long time, man. And that Diesel was running the show for a little minute, man.
Yeah.
What's the name? I can't remember on top of my head right now. What is his name? Venom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
Spider-Man?
He was hitting back and Venom used to come out.
Yeah.
Like that Venom used to come out, the Diesel come out, take over.
Yeah.
Which wasn't good. Couldn't control that.
It looked good on the football field.
It looked good on the football field. It's a whole different story on that football field.
Hey, dude, I watched that WAFB documentary. I watched it after I got to know you a little bit, dude. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was watching you juking people out. No, I was sitting there on that couch. I started smiling like, that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Just cause, dude, you were so good, bro. You are so good.
Yeah, bro.
You are so good.
Let me tell you though, man. But people, me playing football to me, growing up, and even now, bro, it was so, I'm not gonna say it was, you know what? It came so natural to me that I didn't see it like everybody else seen it.
Yeah.
I didn't see myself as that great.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, because I've been doing this since all I can remember.
Yeah.
So I'm getting out there just playing ball. What my daddy taught me and what God blessed me with, my God-given talent, bro, I just played football. Bro.
Yeah.
And all the hoopla, the Diesel, and the greatest running back ever to come through Leesville, and all of that, man, to me, it was like, wow.
So was your dad around in high school?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever it is. So y'all kind of reconnected at some point a little bit?
I mean, in high school, it was tough because him and my mama was still, they wasn't
on
really,
outs.
Right. They was on outs with each other. So, it wasn't like he was coming down and staying with me and me being around him a lot. He was coming to my games. And then I go down there on some weekends in the summer when it's over with, go stay with my daddy, but yeah, man, that was.
So like, I grew up with no father figure at all. And since finding Jesus, where Jesus found me, and, coming up in the church these past 13 years, I've had some guys come into my life, you know what I'm saying, that speak into my life from a father, spiritual father type perspective. And I know even what that is, and maybe it's because of the lack of that growing up, but for me, I like when I preach, you know what I'm saying, some of it's, I'm not going to say it's unhealthily that sometimes maybe it is,
right?
But I preach almost for the affirmation of my father. I want to make them proud, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's right. Was that like that for you, especially being in the fact, and I'm not trying to psychoanalyze you, but I just kind of am. The fact that, you know, your dad, y'all kind of parted ways for a little while. Then you come back, you playing football, you know he's in the stands.
I know he in there, man.
You ran for him?
I ran for him. It felt good because I know he know how he taught me what he taught me, man. And then to come back and see his son, even though we wasn't in the same household no more, to see his son doing great out there, man. I wanted to play good for my dad. I wanted to play great for my daddy because look, he the one showed me everything, bro. He taught me everything.
Yeah.
My daddy was a bad boy too. You know, my mama too. I had two great athletic parents.
That's
you know,
awesome.
and yeah, man, to see my daddy come down there, I wait to see my daddy come down there every Friday night, man. 7:30 kickoff, baby. They playing that Cecil Collins. I can feel it calling there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man, they play that Wampus Cat. What? Man, listen, man, I loved it, man. I really did, man. That was a great time. High school was a great time, man. We had great teams too, man. You know, man, that's a lot right there. I'm glad we talk about that because it was a lot of experience going through all that in Leesville, man. And then it's so odd that all the stuff that happened when I was in high school, all the great accomplishments I had, bro.
Yeah.
The stuff that I was going through mentally of not having my dad around and just having my mom and not be able to see my daddy every day, bro, it was mentally challenging, bro. I didn't realize it at the time, bro. It really was, you know? And it was a drain on me, man. I went back and I was looking at, going through pictures with my wife, with Elena, and looking at like my yearbook. Man, I'm looking at my yearbook, bro. I'm looking at my faces in the pictures.
Yeah.
And I could just see my face.
Yeah.
I could just see all the trouble that I had.
Really?
Man, it was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, thank you, Lord. Because I was looking crazy back then. I was like, man, this is what I was going through.
Yeah. But
that don't look like what I went through.
You look at how you even talked about this character of the diesel.
Gosh, man.
And it was almost like Cecil was a victim of the diesel.
Oh my gosh.
In the yearbook picture, you ain't playing football. You just you.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
I could see right through my eyes in there, bro.
Yeah.
That was humbling right there.
Yeah.
But to see now, like, Lord, you the man. Because you doing all that time, he carried me, man. He carried me through all of that, bro. And even though I failed all these times, bro, he still was there, man. He still got me all the way there, man. He said, you know what? You gonna stop playing with me though. Bye out. I'm gonna have to whoop you. I know what you do. I know you're great. I know you're great in this. I made you. But look here, you gotta stop playing with me.
So your grandpa was a deacon.
Yeah, man.
So you kind of had some knowledge of God, grew up kind of relationship with God. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's what I grew up on. I grew up as a Baptist, man. I went to True Vine Baptist Church in Houston. Every time we came back home, that's where we went. My grandfather didn't play no game.
Yeah.
No earrings in the house. I used to suck my thumb when I was a little kid. No sucking that thumb.
Hey,
None of that. None of that.
That's some real Baptist stuff.
Man, you already know.
Earrings and sucking the thumb.
None of that. None of that, bro. He ain't play no games, bro. And
so even through high school, you know what I'm saying, you had kind of a relationship, a knowledge of God. And like you kind of, is that when you started to feel him kind of speak to you about, hey, you need to slow down, you need to...
Let me tell you something. Me and God lost, I'm gonna tell you, from age 9, I would say to about 17, I was just out there. We didn't have no relationship.
Yeah.
We didn't have no relationship. And one year, you know Emily Morrow? Emily Morrow, we went to school together.
Yeah.
And that's my girl right there, man. And she was a cheerleader. And me and her brother was my center. And close-knit family, man. That family was the families that I used to go over with. And they were Christians back then.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they didn't play no, and they was firm. They ain't even play.
Yeah, she still don't play.
Still don't play. But they were such an influence on me, and I didn't realize this till later on. I remember I made it to the All-Star game. Now, I was an All-Star. Made it to the Louisiana High School All-Star game. And when you make it, you get to choose a cheerleader from your team to go to the All-Star game with you. So I chose him. That was my girl. You know, and she was a freshman.
Yeah.
So a lot of people ain't like it. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't like it freshman, but I wouldn't worry about nobody.
You a senior at this point?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
Yeah.
So, but we was cool. That was my girl, man. And that summer, man, she asked me, she say, Cecil, you want to go to, well, I think it was a retreat? No, what do you call it? It was okay, let's just go a retreat.
Yeah, like summer camp.
Yeah, like, you know, and I can't remember exactly where it was at, but she asked me, do you want to go with me? I was like, yeah, I'll go. Man, listen, that was the beginning, man. I went there, man, and it was nothing but teenagers, and everybody was praising God, bro.
Yeah.
It was, man, kids were getting baptized. And that was the beginning, man. And that's when me and God bumped back into each other, man. That's when I bumped with Jesus again, man. And that's where that little tinker started, man. That's where it started at, right there with her. Her inviting me there, man. Yeah, man.
Just the power of one little invite.
That's it, man.
Hey, before in order to be able to take Emily to this All-Star thing, Mr. Perry sat you down or what? That might be what bumps you back into God, bro. I can't imagine what that looked like.
Mr. Perry was phenomenal, man. He was cool, man. You know,
he talked to me about how he prayed for you every day for years and years, man. That's good people.
I used to be at their house all the time, man. They didn't play with me, man. They was good to me, man. They treated me like I was their son, man. They really did. They brought me out to their house, man. Speak the word to me, feed me. We watched movies and we just hung out, man.
Yeah.
And I, you know what? Like I say, I didn't realize how much that did for me, bro.
Yeah.
I thank God for him because all these memories that I have and the stepping stones that helped me out in life, man. All these different people, man. Of different creeds, just dropping little nuggets to me, bro. To get me to where I am now, man. That was phenomenal, boy. That Emily, boy, that guy was something else. She was something else.
Think about that, bro. The word, and obviously you had your family, but your family had been fragmented by just life. It happens so often.
Right.
But the word says that he puts the lonely in family. And for him to place you in their home of all homes.
Right, man.
That's like the holy of holies,
man,
bro.
I'm telling you, man.
For you to see a clear picture of what healthy family looks like.
Exactly.
Man, the impact.
That's right, man.
Years later.
Exactly what a healthy family looked like. You worded that perfectly.
So God rocked you at this retreat or what?
He rocked me, man.
Yeah.
He rocked me, man. My spirit was moved so good over there, man. It was moved so good. But I tell you what, though. It just tell you how tricky, how that devil is. Man, when I went back around all my homeboys and back again, get what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you ain't got to tell me, bro. I know how it is. Yeah.
You know? But it was a start. It was that seed, though. It was the seed. Even though I didn't plant it and water it at the time, it was a seed.
Yeah.
You know? And that seed got planted later on down the line.
Yeah.
You better believe it did.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I think a lot of times we look at it, because, dude, right now I've got a tattoo across my chest that says "My Life God's Way," and I got it first time I got out of jail. I went to a summer type retreat deal. Man, God rolled me up, smoked me, spoke to me, all kinds of stuff. And I said, "We got this tattoo, "My Life God's Way," and I got back out, and get around people and run right back. But I think about it from the fact of God, who I think we're like, man, why I didn't just get it right then and there.
Right.
But bro, his perspective is completely different. He knew your whole story.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think he looks at, oh man, Cecil done fell back. But he knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. He's phenomenal, bro. He's phenomenal, man. And the patience and the grace he has.
Yeah.
The patience for okay, I know what Cecil gonna do.
I think we look at it through human patience.
Yeah,
we ain't got much of it.
We ain't got much of it at all, bro.
Coaching our kids early. Patience is a limited value. So
I'm telling you, man.
His patience is
my God, his patience is so lovely.
Yeah.
Because, man, just imagine if he didn't have that patience for us, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine where we would be at right now. I knew I would be dead if he didn't have that paper.
Oh, no.
It's not even a question, bro.
Yeah.
Been dead in the 90s, you know? I'd have been in so many situations where he done popped up and out of nowhere and saved me, man, out of nowhere, man. There's nowhere in the world, man. I would have, man, it's so good that I'm able to, us talking right now, I'm seeing and remembering all this stuff, man, the situations, man, that he was popping up in my life and saving me on every corner, bro.
Oh, that's that good stuff.
I was throwing myself to the wolves, man.
It says we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Sometimes you got to rehearse that thing. Just remember how his goodness, his handprints in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Real, man.
So high school, bro, you the diesel.
The diesel.
People trying to recruit you college.
Oh,
I mean, they
man.
been reaching out to you left and right. You go on many visits or anything like that?
Yeah, recruiting was crazy, man. That was a crazy situation.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. It was different back then because back then, you know, we didn't have no YouTube and no hoodie or none of that. So them coaches had to really come see you back then.
Yeah.
You had to send out VHS tapes.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to come see you, you know. At the time, I was a top running back in Louisiana, so everybody in Louisiana knew me. But outside the states too, anything around. But
You got Mr. Football?
I was the first ever Mr. Football in Louisiana.
Yeah.
They made the award for me, man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Lord. I talked to coach about that the other day, man. They're like, man,
They can't take that
they
from
can't
you.
take it from me, man. I was the first one. They say, man, you know what? We got to make something for this kid. All right, let's create Mr. Football.
Yeah, that's
the
all.
first one, man. Actually, my mother has it. The plaque I got for it and the plaque they had made for me, man, I was looking at it when I was back in Houston before I moved from Houston. Man, I was looking like old stud back then. Man, bro, I was looking good back then, man. Yeah, that Mr. Football was a big accomplishment for me, man.
So that probably made you, a target for a lot of schools.
Yeah, I was recruited by pretty much all the big schools. Back then, though, like, I really had loved USC, man.
Yeah.
I loved USC, but USC never came and recruited down there.
Really?
No, man, they didn't come down
They
there.
missed their chance.
Yeah, they missed out, man. LSU got me, baby.
What was it that made you go LSU? Just Louisiana? You spent so much time here? Or?
Yeah, Louisiana, man. And when I liked LSU, man, I went on my recruit trip down there, and it was home, man. It felt like I was home. And you know, at the time, I was having my daughter was get ready to be born, my oldest daughter, and that factored in on decision too. You know, I wanted to stay close to home. 'Cause I took a recruiting trip to Baylor too. I took a recruiting trip to Baylor and Illinois. It was odd on where I took my recruiting trips too because all the other schools I kind of knew that I liked, like the Georgias, the Tennessees, Nebraska. I knew I wasn't gonna go there. I knew I wasn't gonna go far.
Yeah.
And when I took my recruiting trip to Illinois, man, they had Simeon Rice over there. They had Kevin Hardy over there. Lou Tepper was the head coach. And man, when I went up there, I think it was maybe December 7th, man, it was so cold in Champaign, Illinois, bro. And when I went up there, they played on AstroTurf, and I couldn't stand AstroTurf.
Yeah.
That was my mindset right there when I seen the turf was like, oh well, I don't think I'm coming to Illinois.
I was about to say, it must have been wintertime when you came to Louisiana and said, I want to stay here.
And listen, I'm like, I wasn't going to play in that cold, man. I got up that airplane, I was like, whoa, it's windy, man. It was so cold up there. I did not want to go to that cold. And I liked the school. They treated me well. Everything was good. The academics was good. It was nice. But it was just so far and it was so cold. And my recruit trip to Baylor was excellent. It was really good. I almost went to Baylor though.
Really?
I almost went to Baylor. I took a nice recruiting trip there, man. It was really nice too. But they played on turf too. It was like God was like showing me like, you know, you don't like turf, but the schools I went and visited, both of them had turf.
Yeah.
So when I came to LSU, man, and when I went on my recruiting trip, we had like the biggest class LSU had at that time. It was like 20 of us from Louisiana that went on this recruiting trip. And half of these guys I played against in high school.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a lot of us that was there. And a lot of us ended up committing to LSU that weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was
So Kevin Falk was what, a year before you?
a year before me. Okay, Falk.
A lot of people talk about they're like, I don't know why Cecil went there to play behind Kevin Falk.
Man, I didn't know.
But you had a whole different perspective.
A whole different perspective. I wasn't going to play behind him. I was going to play with him.
Yeah.
You know, because we met in high school. You know, man, Kev was a bad boy in high school.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I met him because we ran track against each other. We never played against each other in high school in football. But I went to the track meet. That's where I met him in Lake Charles. And I already was hearing about Kevin.
Kevin's faster than you, bro. Y'all ran against each other?
I don't know if he was faster than me. He was really quick though, bro.
Yeah.
I would say he definitely was quicker than me. But straight line speed. Oh yeah, I think I got it now. Sorry, dog.
We called him out, Cam.
I'm sorry, bro.
Touchdown exclusive. We can do a 40-yard right here.
I know he can still get jiggy with it though. That boy has some sweet feet, man. But I'm gonna tell you though, when I decided to go to LSU, man, I got a lot of people like, man, before because didn't be too many people know I was going until I made my announcement. You know,
really?
only my family and Coach Smith really knew. You know, so when I came out, they was like, man, why you going to LSU? And man, listen, bro, for real, I really wanted to play with that dude, man.
Really? That's awesome.
I really wanted us to be a tandem back there.
Yeah.
Because when I watched this dude in high school, I looked up to this guy.
Yeah.
Because he was a year ahead of me, and I'm following all the great players in Louisiana, and he was killing everything, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, we can play together?
Yeah.
At home in LSU, we both from Louisiana? Man, listen, that was phenomenal. But when I got there, it was a whole different game plan. The game plan wasn't originally for us to be like that, you know? He was already freshman All-American. Mm-hmm. I'm All-American coming in. I'm a freshman. But I had to sit out my freshman year, so I'm just getting to practice.
Yeah. You sat out because of academics?
I sat out Prop 48, playing around with that ACT test.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't honed in on it, man. But then when I did hone in on it and took it, man, I did great on it. Now they try to say I cheated because my score jumped so high. I'm like, man, what kind of mess is this? But I tried, man, listen, I didn't study for it.
Yeah.
I really went there and ABC the thing, you know. So when it came back, the test was, and I failed it, I'm like, man, I really got to go in there and take it.
Yeah.
So when I went back and I studied, went in there and passed the test, now they saying my points jumped too high. Now they try to say I cheated on the test.
Tell us here if you cheated, Cecil.
No, I ain't cheated. That one, they was like, man, how you cheating? I didn't cheat though, man. I was a smart kid, bro.
Yeah.
I was good in school, man.
No, I couldn't imagine trying to apply yourself to school when you got, everybody else trying to look at you, holler at you, talk at you.
That was tough. It was tough.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting people hooting and hollering behind your ACT score.
Sure not.
Cecil to DC.
That's right.
Yeah.
I passed.
So you sat out that whole first year?
I sat out that whole first year. Ate me alive, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to, man, listen. Sitting out that whole year was rough, bro. I couldn't play, and I'm watching these boys every week.
Oh, yeah.
Like I made practice my games, though. That's why I got right at. Them boys got me right, man. Playing against them boys out there. Me and that defense we used to be banging out there.
Uh-huh.
What? We was banging out there all spring. I'm like, look here. This is my game time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting ready.
All you getting.
That's all I'm getting, baby. That's all I'm getting. I'm stuck for a whole year now.
Yeah.
You know? So that next year, when it was time, baby, I was ready.
Yeah.
Well, I was ready.
So next year comes around, Kevin gets hurt.
Man, my dog got pulled that old hamstring, man.
What was it like in that moment? Were you caught off guard by all of it? Because obviously, had you been playing at all? Been getting any time? You were getting time at the end of the games or anything before then?
I didn't play it. He got that. Wait a minute. No, because Kev got hurt that game. I was suspended the first game of the season. Mm-hmm. I failed a drug test. I was suspended the first game of the season against New Mexico State. Man, I was like, I went and stayed with my daddy that summer, and I was getting ready for my freshman, my red shirt year. And
go Bruno. Bruno's all the business.
Donardo called me and told me I failed the drug test. I'm like, oh, man. You know, I'm going to have to get suspended, NCAA suspended for the first game.
Yeah. You smoking a lot of weed then?
Oh, yeah, I was smoking 90 going north then. Well, only in the off season though, but during the year, only in the off season, that's when I had really just started smoking, man. Mm-hmm. You know, I wasn't smoking before then like that, man. And I don't even think about it.
You know, when I started smoking like that test, you knew you were going into it?
No, man, I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's just how idiotic I was. Mm-hmm. I wasn't even thinking about it. This is an NCAA drug test.
Yeah.
It ain't like the school coming to test me. Yeah. You know, the NCAA coming in and test me. And when I failed that drug test, I was like, man, Donardo told me I ain't gonna be suspended the first game of the season in New Mexico State. I was like, man, I knew I was gonna get some I was gonna get in the game because we were gonna beat the brakes off New Mexico State. Man, I wanted to pat my stats. I was like, man, I could have rushed for 300 on him.
Yeah.
K Fall got off on him too. He got off. And that next game, that's when he hurt his hamstring.
Playing Mississippi State, huh?
Yep. Mississippi State, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, I didn't even think I was coming in the game.
Yeah.
Because really it was like Kevin, me, Rondell, Kendall Cleveland. And but after K Falk started, I mean, I got a lot of reps. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't know who they was gonna put in the game. Yeah, I didn't know who they was gonna put in the game.
Being suspended just last game.
I was already in the doghouse with Bernardo. I was in the doghouse feeling drug tests. He didn't play that. He was a tough guy, but he ended up. You know what? He did the right thing though. He did the right thing. So when they told me when they announced me to come into the game, I'm like, what? Ooh. God,
I've been to frustration.
I hear him put that helmet on, man. I came in that game, man. That was, and we was up there. We was up there ringing all them cows. They ring them bells up there, man. They be ringing them bells. Man, so when I got on that field, man, it was on and popping.
Yeah.
I knew everything. I knew all my assignments too, man. I made sure I wasn't playing no games. I had a great game that game. I came out my shoe that game.
Feeling a certain type of way. I mean, that's like, everybody knew that game. That was like, man, that put you on the college map.
That put me on the map right there. And then, oh my goodness. Then the next week, thought K Falk was going to be healthy enough to play the next week, but he wasn't. And Donaldo came to me and said, you starting this week. And it was against Auburn.
Yeah.
Man, I think it was a Saturday night game, ESPN game too. Ooh, man. I called my dad. I told him, man, Coach said, I'm starting this week. This it right here, baby. I'm ready. I was ready too, man. I got that start, man, all week in practice, man. Game plan.
Has it always been straight confidence? Or, I mean, they got a lot of nerves behind it, or?
I mean, it's been confident.
Just knew your assignment.
I knew my assignment.
Put it in the young.
Put it in the young.
Preach right there, man.
Straight up, bro.
Preach.
It wasn't even, I was like, man, every time I touched that field, I was ready.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever been really nervous on the field. I mean, you know, just maybe a little bit just because I was on kickoff return too, you know, before the game come out. When I got out there, man, nah, it was on, man.
Yeah.
It was on. And that game right there was a night game. And Auburn was one of the top defense. I think they was the top defense in the SEC that year. They had to kill Spikes over there. Ooh. Man, me and that boy went at the whole game. That was my game, right? That was my really big come out game, because that was my starting game. You know? And we ended up losing that game. Don't know how we lost that game, man.
Yeah.
But whatever.
You won it. But everybody seen Cecil show up.
That was it. But that was a game that I cried after that game, man. I was sick. I wanted to win that game so bad. But that game was a game that catapulted me into, I could say, a whole nother like character of on another planet, bro. It went to my head to the maximum.
Yeah.
You know, and I can honestly say I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it at that time.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't handle it at that time because for one thing, I was doing it all by myself. You know, so that's how I started to crumble, man.
What'd that look like? How that manifests?
Oh my gosh, man. It manifested, man, to smoking every day. These girls, women, you know, man, the girls was like, it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
I might have a girlfriend here, but I still mess with this girl here. I might mess with this girlfriend, but still mess with this girl here. And that just turned into a whole nother, it got the focus off of football.
Yeah.
With football, but now I'm worried about these girls, you know. And that was like, that was just ridiculous. That was crazy. That was a crazy part. And then it just started taking away from football. And then it just became something else. I was worried about messing with her, you know.
No, that's how I feel, man.
It was a battle. It definitely was a battlefield, man.
Man, I helped. Well, Drake Davis, he played for LSU for a little while, but man, I came up with him since middle school, high school. You know, he's playing at Dunham. LSU looking at him. And bro, I kept telling him, man, because I'd see it no matter where we went. You know, he's 6'2", 6'3", young black kid, got all this athletic ability.
Right.
I like, break, bro. Them white girls gonna mess you up, bro. They gonna mess you up. And dude, I mean, the way that people were, the way that he couldn't help but have his head blown up.
Right.
Bro. The way that he's on TV and this, I couldn't imagine, man.
Yeah, it is tough.
It's hard enough for us normal folks.
Yeah,
to make
man,
it out
for real,
this thing
bro.
alive.
Yeah, for real. It's tough, man. It was tough. I look back at it now, man, and like, man, all these situations I was in, man. And you know what? I had a lot of positive dudes in my life too, man. That's the part where I look back on and like, man, I had a lot of positive people trying to tell me this and try to help me. And I got all of this information, but I'm like, man, whatever, man. I'm doing what I do.
Yeah.
You know? And didn't take heed to none of that.
Yeah.
Didn't take heed to none of that, and end up crashing out.
Yeah.
Getting kicked out the team, catching the case.
I mean, bro,
You
they couldn't touch you on the football field. I'm sure you just like, they can't touch me here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's exactly how I went. And that's how I felt too. Like they couldn't touch me, man. I can get away with anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I got away with so much until it was just time, man. It was just time, man. You can't get away with everything.
Yeah.
It's time. Everything in the dark come to light.
Yeah,
it's time to get revealed now, buddy.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me. Bop. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened, though. But I tell you what, I so learned off of it, though. Man, listen, I'm here, bro.
Yeah.
Got it, man. Look here, man. When I found Jesus, boy, when I really started seeing him working in my life, when I seen him, it wasn't till I was in prison, though.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I did 13 and a half years, and I needed every last day. Every last day I needed, bro. I fought so many demons and had to break so many curses, man, that I needed that time.
Yeah.
You know? And I done dealt with people, man, they gave you too much time. I got convicted of burger, occupied dweller.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, it was different in the system in Florida. Discretion of the judge to give from 1 year to 15.
Yeah, it's up to them.
And he gave me the 15.
Threw the book at
He threw the book at me. Bye.
Yeah.
And at the time, you know, I didn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't understand that. But I tell you what, though, man, I needed all that time, bro. It got a lot out of me, man. I had so much in me I had to clean myself up with, man. Christ had to really clean me up, bro.
But obviously you ain't feel that way when you got given that sentence like that. What was that like?
Oh,
I mean, you even remember that? Were you black? I mean, I would think at that point you were like blacked out.
Man, listen,
trauma,
man. I didn't exactly. I didn't see some of this stuff until later on down the line.
Yeah.
It's 'cause you're right, blacked
sitting
out.
in that courtroom and they
Man, listen. When that judge said, when they came back with the guilty verdict on me, it was like my whole body was like, man, it's over with.
Mm-hmm.
My career, you know. I made it to this point of where the place I wanted to get to my whole life.
You made it to the NFL.
I made it to the NFL.
Played a few games. Huh?
Played a few games and was a starter playing with the great Dan Marino.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy Johnson was my head coach.
Yeah.
And
I found some Dan Marino player cards the other day at my mom's house yesterday. I'm trying to see if they're worth anything.
Dan the man. Get it out your hand, Dan. That Dan was something else, man. That was his last year too.
Wow.
But man, I'm gonna tell you, when I got found guilty, it was like everything left out of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was like I got found guilty. I got sentenced that same day. You know how it go, but it's so you can definitely relate to this. I got found guilty, and like I don't know, maybe like 12 something in the evening, afternoon, like 3 in the evening.
Call you back up for sentencing.
Right, I got sentenced and went to prison all in the same day.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Straight to South Florida.
Yeah.
And that was a shock because I was in the county for 15 months before I went to trial. Those 15 months was tough, man, because I thought I would be able to get out, but I was on probation already.
Yeah.
You know, from my case I caught in at LSU, so I was already on probation, man, and I just wasn't gonna get out. They wasn't gonna let me out. They had the probation over on me. I couldn't get out, man. That's just what it is. It wasn't time for me to get out, and I'm glad I didn't get out because I probably wouldn't be where I am now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be where I am now. It meant to go this way.
Yeah.
This is what he needed me to do. I needed to go through that test, man. I needed to go to prison, man.
So what did it look like, bro? Like your first day rolling into prison, South Florida, man. You just had a Miami Dolphins jersey on right then and there. Like, what was that reception like walking in there? People knew who you were when you first
They all knew who I was. I was in Miami. Now, that's one thing I can say about old Miami. Boy, they loved the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
They loved the Miami Dolphins, the officers, the inmates. You know, when I got there, they police escorted me to South Florida. When I got there, they put me in protective custody. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, man, I done had uncles in prison. I went to go see my uncles in prison, so I know how the system goes.
Yeah.
You know? When they got me there and they put me in protective custody, I'm like, man, listen, I ain't holding no silver spoon in my mouth. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm from around the way.
Yeah.
I know how to deal with myself on a compound. I'm not finna sit in no box and sit here behind no door and do my time like this. I got 15 years.
Oh, you go crazy.
I go crazy.
Yeah.
So when they was walking me to the box and taking me in there, these guys walking down the breezeway, they like, man, let the diesel go. We want the diesel on the compound. I'm like, yeah. It was great. It was hilarious. The people shit was funny, bro. It was funny.
We want the diesel.
They say, let him out. Man, I'm walking in there. They put me in there.
Still blowing your head up.
Still, bro. That said, see how that is, bro? I'm telling you, man. And that was like, okay. You know, I'm in prison, but okay. Because in my perspective, like, I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah.
You know? So when I got in there, I talked to the officer. I told him, let me talk to classification because I do not want to be I do not want to be treated like this.
Yeah.
And they say, well, you got to sign the paperwork or bring the paperwork. Mm-hmm. I signed the paperwork. You know, if anything happened to you, it's not on us. Blase. Okay, cool. Sign my paperwork. A few hours later, turn door, let me go on the compound. That was a big culture shock though. You know, it was a big culture shock, man.
Hey, I remember the first time, bro, the first time I got arrested. I don't know if I shared this on here or not before. I'm in jail, and I ended up in the same cell with a dude that murdered one of my homeboys.
Oh, man.
So, you know, I grew up single mom, and my mom is my warrior. She fights for me, you know?
Right.
So she finds out like a weekend, dude, I done got jumped into this cell already. I'm cool with everybody at this point. She finds out, she's like, oh no, my baby ain't gonna be in that cell with him. She calls the warden, everybody, gets me moved to another cell.
Right.
And then at that point, I'm like, man, they're gonna think I'm a snitch.
You already know.
Moved around and all this. So I'm like, I don't wanna get moved cells. I'm not about to get jumped in again. I already got beat up, you know? So then they put me on suicide. They're like, all right, we're gonna have to figure out your paperwork. So you're gonna have to go sit in suicide watch for a little while. So I'm sitting in suicide watch. These dudes wearing paper towels. That's it. Throwing poo at each other. I'm like, mama, don't ever try to help me out of jail again.
Where is it? East Baton?
Yeah, East Baton Rouge.
Oh man, I done been up in there, man. Oh man, twice.
Been on segregated.
Right.
There, being in that suicide watch ain't no game.
At all, man. At all. And seen it. Boy, I'm telling you, that I understand that. Boy, I'd have been in that same little county jail too, man.
So you move into general population, and like even whenever you were high school, college, you know what I'm saying? Did you feel like, was God on your mind at all?
Yeah, he was, man. And he
just moving too quick.
Moving too quick. And I always like, think about him. I know no.
Yeah.
I was like a point to where, like, I was terrified of him. Mm-hmm. I had fear, like I was supposed to have.
Yeah.
But the fear was so different. The fear was like, oh, I'm scared. I done did all of this, so no, I can't go over there. He ain't gonna accept me like that.
Yeah.
I keep on running. Exactly. Keep on doing it like exactly.
That's how it was for me, man. Like, just ran. I stayed so busy with getting in trouble that my mind wasn't even able, like almost like just trying to run from even the thought of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. The thought of
trying to distract yourself from it.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
But he like, nah, he gonna reach that arm and get you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he gonna get
But
you.
is it Johnny Cash calls him the Hound of Heaven?
Woo.
He's gonna chop you down.
Yeah, he is, man. He is. I'm glad he chopped me down.
So
He
did
chopped
that
me down to
happen
the
kind
small.
of quick in prison? Like you kind of had an experience with God. What did that look like?
Okay, I went to prison 2001. So, man, my experience with him ain't happened until, man, that's something else. 2011.
Really?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's 10 years in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I was running and gunning before then.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking, dirty urines.
Mm-hmm.
15 years, I'm like, man, whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta do this time. I done lost everything. I met my wife when I was in the county jail, though.
In the county.
In the county.
So you met her through a visitation, huh?
Yes, sir.
Somebody else's visitation.
Cousin, man. Oh my gosh, what a story with that girl, man. God sent that woman to me, man, at my lowest, bro.
Wow.
At my lowest, through her cousin, man. And she just came up there with her cousin to sit with her cousins because she was coming to see somebody that she had in there.
Yeah.
And it pulled me out.
Yeah.
Man, we became talking, man.
How'd you maneuver that, dude?
I don't even know, man. God.
Girl want to holler at her cousin.
That's it.
That how it happened?
No, I ain't gonna lie. He called me out, man, but I'm gonna tell you though, when we met, bro, we were just straight talking like friends, bro.
Yeah.
We was just straight friends, you know. And then through that talking, man, I started liking her, bro.
Yeah.
And
that was before you even got your sentence.
That was before I even got my sentence.
Yeah.
And this was actually like a month and something before I went to prison.
Yeah.
That's just how I got, man, listen, I'm just thinking about it. It was like a month and something before I went to prison, I met this girl. Let me tell you. This girl, I met that girl, man, through the glass, talking to her through the glass, because, you know, we can, no physical contact.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone, you know. That girl used to accept my phone calls, talk to me on the phone, just being a confidant, being a friend, bro.
Yeah. And them phone calls ain't cheap.
Man, they not cheap, boy. They not cheap. And it's crazy because she told me, don't matter how much time you catch, I'm gonna be there for you.
Wow.
I'm like, man, whatever, man. You just talking. I done heard these stories before. You ain't finna ride with me like that. Man, when I got that, she was at my sentencing. When I caught my time, man, I didn't have no idea thinking she was gonna still ride, you know. When I finally went up the road, filled out my little visitation form for her to come, you know. And she came. I couldn't believe it. I said, man, this girl that came to see me in prison. She really gonna ride with me like this? Man, that girl was there every week.
Really?
Listen, man. That girl missed 2 visits, man, in 12 and a half years I had her.
Yeah.
I spent 15 months in the county. 12 and a half years we were together up there. She missed 2 visitations in 12 and a half years.
Wow.
One, because she went to a Joyce Meyer, went to go see Joyce Meyer.
Uh-oh, Mama Joyce.
And she had outpatient surgery.
Yeah.
And that was it, man.
Talk about the grace of God, bro.
Man, listen.
God threw you a lifeline before you got your sentence, man.
I was at my worst, bro. Her mama was, oh, God bless Geraldine. Her mama was an angel. God-fearing woman.
Yeah.
Loved me like home.
Really? Her mama wasn't against her?
Man, yeah, she was tough on it.
Yeah.
She was tough on it. She was tough on it. I found that all out. What are you thinking, Elena? What are you thinking? You know, she told me that just the thing she had to go through, you know.
Yeah.
Why are you putting yourself through this? He's in prison, you got 15 years, you're a beautiful girl, you got all this going on. She stuck with it, man. Like,
Nothing but the hand of God.
Man, listen, man. That God.
The hand of God.
Man, bro. We've been together 23 years now.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Been married for 17 years, man. 18 years. Ooh, gosh. Yeah, man. She was That was my life, Ralph, right there. He threw that girl to me, man, and changed my whole life, bro.
Wow.
She changed my whole life. And she the one started helped me form a relationship with Christ, boy. She was pushing it on me.
Yeah.
She grew
Wasn't
up.
playing, huh?
Yeah, she went to Fort Lauderdale Christian.
She had a captive audience. She got a little bit of time. Gotta get this beat.
Gotta get it in it, man. Gotta get it right, cause when he get out.
She was on mission.
She was on a mission, man. She stayed on me hard, bro. That was my little pearl right there. And I thank the Lord for her, man, because I already know. Back then, at like the first couple of, maybe like a year or two, I didn't know at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, whatever. I don't know what she gonna do.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? This girl stayed with me for 5 years, man. I'm gonna ask this girl to marry me, man.
Yeah.
I fell in love with her.
Yeah.
But I was still scared though, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, get married in prison?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Her mother came and see me, man. Old mom, Geraldine, man, she passed away in 2018, bro. God bless her, man. I know she an angel. Hey,
Yeah.
I hear all the time.
So you had to ask for mom's blessing?
I had to ask her blessing, man.
Yeah.
Cause she lost her pops when she was maybe like 8 years old. Dad passed away. So she had her mama, man, and her stepdad helped raise her, man. But mom, I had to ask her to come visit. The mom come visit me. And she wasn't playing no games. She was firm in them eyes. You look at you play about all you want to.
You be scared to blink too many times. She might think you lying about something.
And I can feel her spirit though, bro. When she touched me, she used to make my body warm, bro. I can feel it, you know. I know it wasn't no joke.
Yeah.
I asked her, man. She gave me the blessing to marry her daughter, bro. When I asked her to marry, man. I got married in my prison blues, man.
There you go.
She had a wedding dress on, everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Atlanta, man.
That's beautiful.
That's my baby.
Dude, that's just such a picture. God, dude. Even think about the way you framed it up of, 1 year, 2 years, you don't know if she really bowed it, but 5 years in, that's like, man, dude, she's just a picture of God's hand in your life. 'Cause that's how it is with God, bro. You don't really know if you could really trust him the first couple years. Then he keeps showing up in your life. He keeps showing up through the thick, through the thin. You know what I'm saying? Trust, it takes hard stuff in order for trust to get built, but to see how 5 years in, you're like, all right, maybe she for real.
She for real. She been for real. She ain't stopped.
Yeah.
That's my baby, man. We won now.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, though, boy. It's been some stories going through that deal. And I had to look at what she had to go through.
Yeah.
I've been through so much. She had to go through what she had to go through dealing with me. Because she didn't even know, man, she didn't even know I played football, man.
Really?
No, she wasn't into no football. She wasn't into none of that. She knew me for me, who I was, you know. Look, I was a little handsome, cute little guy, And that's the crazy part, man. Like, man, because I'm used to all my life I've been this athlete of everybody knowing me.
Yeah.
Every girl I ever had growing up, they knew who I was. Now I got this girl, she don't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
So kind of in a way, I'm like, I don't know what to do with it really.
Yeah.
Because this is a whole different aspect I gotta approach this and deal with this.
You gotta actually get to know.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. I'm telling you, man, that's just the great thing about God,
bro. You think about it, man, because honestly, if you would have went on and played your 13 years, whatever, you might have never found somebody that was really rocking with you. And
Really,
you wouldn't have been in county, and wouldn't have been physical, but you had to actually
exactly
somebody.
That's right. Exactly.
She may have never really got to know you.
Exactly, bro.
Because guys, we jump in too quick,
and
that makes everything messed up. That's
a great freaking point, bro. Let me tell you, because that's what our relationship was built on, communication, bro. We walked around this visiting park, bro. I'm talking about Saturday, Sunday, 6 hours, bro. Walk around, talking, holding hands, talking, getting to know each other, bro. And oh my gosh, God is so great, bro. He is so phenomenal. Bro, this man allowed me to understand and learn this woman and for us to learn each other with no physical means.
Yeah.
You already know, most people out on the street, first thing with a girl is sex.
Now let me get to know you, maybe.
Let me get to know you, baby.
Good enough.
I might be out of here. You know what I'm saying? But he like, no.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen like this.
Loves you too much.
Oh my God.
He knows you too much.
He knows me too much. I know it. Man, if I was on the street, I probably would have.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
No, you gonna form this relationship with this woman, and we gonna build this thing right.
Yeah.
Communication. That's why our communication now is just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
foundation of it.
We got foundation, bro.
Yeah.
Even if we go through something, okay, we can talk about it, move right on from it. You know, and he just, golly,
That's
bro.
the kind of father he is, dude.
Man.
Dude, I remember when I took my wife out on the first date I took her out on, I stopped at this Winn-Dixie parking lot right here. And I think I was getting some flowers and probably a block of cheese because that's all I knew about her was she liked cheese. And I remember sitting in that parking lot and I just started praying like, God, I don't know how to date no girl. I don't know how to actually date a daughter of God or take care of any girl like that. So I just need you to help me, you know, and watch him do that through our dating process. But to watch him, he did the same thing with you guys, you know?
How to court a woman.
Yeah.
You know, really learn her, bro, because that's the only way. You know, that's, man, a lot of relationships, man, that's what, you know, they don't last. You know, you don't build that solid foundation. Christ has to be the head of it, bro.
Yeah.
He has to be. If he's not the head of it, bro, you're doomed.
Everything else comes and goes, bro.
Man.
Feelings come and go.
It do,
Looks
man.
come and go.
Oh.
Finances come and go.
Oh.
Yeah. So what did that look like as far as you turning back around, finding Jesus? Was that like a momentary thing? Was that like a little at a time? Or was that like a...
2011, my mother's sister, her only sister, my Aunt Yvonne, her son, George, was, this was a guy, this was my brother, you know, older cousin that I looked up to. This was the guy, everything. This the guy I learned to love Jordans from.
Yeah.
You know, this was the guy, man, that taught me how to talk to girls. This was the guy that had me loving Duke basketball. This was the guy, we used to go back and forth about Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. He was a diehard Cowboy fan. And even though Emmitt Smith wasn't better than Barry Sanders.
Oh, Emmitt Smith all day, bro. I grew up on Cowboys.
No!
Cowboys, man.
Okay, I give you that. I give it
That's
to you.
all I know about football. Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, I give you that one. Yeah. He got killed in a motorcycle accident.
Wow.
And I'll never forget, man. I had just called Elena, and she was like, "Babe, are you by anybody?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's a couple dudes around." She said, "Where's Taurus at?" Which was one of my dogs. Him and her and his wife was really cool too because we all went to visitation together. She met her and we became good friends over the time. I was like, "Yeah, so you might want to have them around you." So right there, I'm like, first thing comes to my mind is my mama. You know, so I almost just died right then and there, bro. And when she told me that George, my cousin, got killed in a motorcycle accident, man, I about fainted, bro. You know, I was, man, that was tough, bro. That was I fell to that ground, man. I cried like a baby. I cried like a baby, bro. I seen this big bright light, bro. Just a big bright. It was like I was all by myself, and I just seen a big bright light, and it seemed like I wasn't in prison no more. It was just a whole out of body experience, man. And that day, man, I went to my room to say, "Go to your room, go to your room, go to your room." Man, I went to my room, put my towel up, opened my Bible.
Yeah.
Bro, That was all I had. That's all I had. He led me right to that. Bro, study, reading about. He'll come to my door, man, come on. I used to be a poker fanatic.
Yeah.
I'm up all night playing poker. All night, till the next morning playing poker, running poker games. Man, come on, we play. Nah, tile up, man, I'm reading. That's when it started.
Yeah.
That's when we started.
Something shifted.
Man, it shifted right then and there, bro. And then, a month later, I get the call. I get a call. I'll talk to my wife. And she said my grandmother passed away. My daddy's mother, my granny. And this lady, she was the matriarch. You know?
Yeah.
She was the one, man. She was the glue to the family, man. This was the one. Every time, man, this is my baby, man. My granny, man. And I always, when I was younger, so I always tell her, now when I make it to NFL, I'm gonna take you to Disney. I'm gonna take you to Disney. Okay, baby. And bro, I never got to take her, bro. And and when that happened, bro, that's all I could think about.
Yeah.
Like I never got to take my granny to Disney, bro. And guess what? I was like a year and a half away from getting out because I got out 2013. This was 2011, December, when I lost my cousin. This was January 2012.
Yeah.
When I lost my grandmother. So it was like, wow, boom, bro. It was just a formation, man, of him preparing me. Like, okay, now all this time I done did, bro. I didn't really have my relationship with Christ all that time, bro.
Yeah.
Until that time right there, like 2 years before I was getting out. Yeah, that's the
Bro,
that's
you
the
don't know,
glory of it.
You know, I got saved December 21st, 2011
See,
in rehab. When I surrendered to God. Around that same time.
man, look at God, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't that something, bro? That. I think about that, man. That was it. That was the moment where I knew I needed him. That was the moment where I knew I couldn't make it without him, bro. I went hard on him, man. We built a relationship to realize that's my man. You know, we talk like that.
Yeah.
And that was it, man. He just made me look back on everything.
Yeah.
He made me look back on my whole life. He opened my memory, though, bro. It was stuff I couldn't even remember.
That's how it was for me, man.
Bro.
Like, he brought me back, and then I'd see his fingerprints and everything. I was there. That was me. I did that. That was me.
You ain't do
Every
nothing.
time I went to jail, that was me. Trying to wake you up. Trying to let you know I had more for you.
Bro,
It's wild how it happens like
It's
that.
wild how it
It's
happens,
like,
bro.
it really is, you know, like blind eyes are open.
that's right, because you know what? Us as humans, we always think it's I did this, I can do that, bro. We don't do nothing without him, bro.
Yeah.
We can't achieve nothing without him. Now, and that was the big thing for me, where he showed me I was the one helping you here, every single way, here. I was the one. And a lot of the times, I thought I was doing that. I wasn't doing nothing. But when I was doing something, messing stuff up. Come on now. You know? And that was that's why that was the thing that was like, oh my goodness, Lord, thank you. I see it now.
Yeah.
I see it. I see the steps. I see the steps that I need to take. And that was oh man, that was the moment, man, where I said, you know what? I gotta get it right. I done failed 7, 8 drug tests.
Yeah.
I done missed visitations because of failed drug tests. You know what I'm saying? Wife had to go through that and not be able to come because I'm in the box sitting because I done got a dirty urine.
Yeah.
I was 60 days, 60, 180. 60 days in the box, 180 days and lost of game time. I lost so many days of game time, man. That's why I ended up doing a little more. I did 13 and a half. I'm supposed to did like 12 years and 9 months. But let me tell you, God's so phenomenal. I lost like 700 some days worth of game time.
Wow.
He gave me back like 600 some of them days.
Really? Even in your mistakes.
Even in my mistakes.
Yeah.
He's
still cleaning up behind you. Still cleaning up behind you.
I'm like, man. I say, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I know you're right. I know you're the one, are the one, and I can't do nothing by myself, bro.
Yeah.
You know, that was the moment right there, bro. And he just started showing me, man, every step in my life where he worked at, bro. It was like, man, I carried you through everything.
That's good, man.
Now, I gave you some free will, but look what your free will did.
Yeah.
You went left every time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but I got you back
Still
right.
chasing after you.
Still chasing after me, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think he would accept me back, bro.
Mm.
You know, because he gave me so much, bro. And I gave away so much that he gave me. I really didn't think he would take me back.
Yeah.
You know? And that was the hard thing for me. That was the hard thing for me to get over with. Like, man, I felt like I wasn't worthy enough for him to bless me no more.
Mm.
And that was the hard thing right there. That was the fight. And that fight, man, that fight lasted till I got out.
Yeah.
I was battling that forever.
Yeah.
You know, of being worthy. I'm like, man, how? I done so much, you know, until I found out and realized what Jesus went through.
Yeah.
You know, say, okay, now I get it. He's the example. Oh, there it is right there. His life. You know, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right there, I'm supposed to follow in them footsteps. Look what he went through. What he went through, I must go through.
Yeah.
I'm not finna sit here and go be cushy and everything gonna be good. It can't happen like that.
Yeah.
That's why he's example. That's why he walked here. You must go through trials and tribulations, brother. You're not gonna have a perfect life. That's impossible.
Dude, the older we get, you know, we grow up looking at superstars, you know, looking at most successful people and this and that. The older I get, bro, I start to realize that the true tell of a man, the true tell of strength is not any endeavor that you embark on, not any height of success that you find yourself in, but it's the tell of strength is what you're able to endure. You know what I'm saying, bro? And you have endured some stuff.
I have, bro. I have endured some stuff, bro.
To be where you've been and end up where you at and then still be able to sit here with a smile on your face. I mean, that's the fingerprints of God, bro.
All praise, bro. And you know, I'm so humbled about it, man, because, man, I just knew I was gone, man. I'd have been in situations even in prison, bro. Riots, man. Dudes getting stabbed. Dudes around the corner getting killed, bro. I could have been involved in all of this, bro. He has got me, maneuvering me around all of this, man.
Yeah.
All of that, man. And then say, okay, now when it's time for you to get out, 2 days before I'm finna get out, I get a call to office station, Collins, come to office station. Okay. I'm like, okay, well, I'm finna get out early, EOS. Finna get out a little early. They call me to office station. Say, Louisiana here to pick you up. Oh, Lord. What? I done did 13 and a half years.
Yeah.
My probation that I had in Louisiana was 4 years probation. I had filed motions on it throughout my whole time to get it read concurrent so I wouldn't have no problem with it all these years. They denied everything, every time.
Really?
Never ran it concurrent. 4 years probation.
Yeah.
I got 15 years. They come pick me up, man. I'm thinking I'm finna get out of prison in Florida. I'm going outside to get picked up by Louisiana. Marshall's driving me in the bus, in the paddy wagon, all the way to East Baton Rouge Parish.
Really?
I didn't even get out of prison, man. I went straight from there, prison, to East Baton Rouge, and sat in there for 3 months. That got
Instead of 2 days?
3 months.
Really?
They was still trying to make me do that time.
Think there was something behind that? Or?
I don't know. I know they just wanted to see where I was at.
Yeah.
They wanted to see the person I became.
Okay.
Did he really learn?
Yeah.
You know, even though it don't matter because it could have been 20 years and we know you, just 20 years and you still didn't learn if you ain't finding Christ right. You still believing in yourself. You ain't gonna learn.
Yeah.
You know? So now I understand that now. But at the time, I'm like, man, what they trying to do to me?
That's crazy.
You know? 3 months I sat in that county jail, man. fighting to get up out of there, go to court, deny me. Now we'll see.
Really?
We'll come back into, because the prosecutor didn't want to agree. You know, the prosecutor didn't want to agree. Let me out. Come back in 2 weeks. My wife drove all the way from Florida.
GBRPP. Yeah.
All the way from Florida to come to go to court.
Yeah.
Denied. She got to drive all the way back to Florida, and then talk about the next week.
Oh, they love this.
You know they
like
love it.
Next week is like,
yeah, exactly.
It's 90 days. They act like 90 days. You just going back to the house. You know?
Man, that was something else, man.
Give us a little bit of time.
Yeah, give us a little bit more time. We'll do it again another 2 weeks.
Meanwhile, you going back to hell.
Back to hell, bro. Hey, you already know how Parish was.
Oh, East Baton Rouge is the worst one I've been in.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Man. You know, so that's why I got out of it. That's why EOS, end of sentence, from East Baton Rouge, man. That's why I got to smell the fresh air.
So then what, 2 years from there, CJ is born? How long?
Shoot, a year and some change, yeah.
Yeah.
CJ was born, I got out like July 2013. Yeah, CJ was born June 16th. Oh my goodness, bro. When I got out.
Imagine that kind of time in front of you, bro. You just feel like forever.
And you know what? It's like, man, did I really do this much time? It seemed, it did seem long. It was long. It was. But I was like, man, I really did. I was gone for 13 and a half years.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter is Akayla. My oldest is Zakia. But my youngest was, she was born while I was in the county jail.
Mm-hmm.
She was born that January 2000. So I didn't get to see none of that, man.
Yeah.
13 years. When I get out, she's 13 years old.
Yeah, that's tough.
That was tough, man. I'm like, man, that's when I see all that, it made me realize of what he brought me through and how he protected my kids and everything, you know? And he left that communication line open for me to be able to build a relationship with my kids, man.
Yeah.
But he taught me how to be a father, bro.
Yeah.
He taught me, bro. He showed me, man. He showed me, hey, listen, when you get out, he showed me a line. You're gonna have to lead your family.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a wife. You're gonna have a kid. You're gonna have a son. You're gonna have to lead them right. But guess what? I done showed you how to do it now.
Yeah.
So I expect you to do
He
it.
prepared you for it.
He prepared me for it, bro. He really did. And that's the glory of it right there, man, because otherwise, bro, I would have never did it right, bro.
Yeah.
Because when I had my daughters, my oldest daughter I had when I was out here, I would have never been able to raise her right.
Yeah.
You know?
And hopefully they see that as, man, even a picture of God's love for them. Because it might not even, it did a lot for you, but at the end of the day, it's for them anyway.
It's for them anyway, bro. And, you know, that was a tough situation, man, getting out and then have to, try to like, with my daughters in their lives, to show them, because I could just imagine the things that they had to go through, the things they had to hear when I was gone all these years, And that's the amazing thing about God, man. He put me back right in my daughters' lives, man. And for the example of me to show them, of what God can do, because you know what your daddy went through.
Yeah.
Look what God's done for him.
Yeah.
And he blessed me with my son, man. I didn't have no son, man. Blessed me with father and the son, bro. It's like 1 and 1.
Yeah. That's when we started this thing.
So we started this thing, bro, man. Come on, man. And that was when I found out Elena was having a boy.
Yeah.
See, I knew it though, man. I knew it. He told me, man. He told me I was gonna have a son. He showed me the vision. He showed me a vision of me, Elena, and CJ.
Wow.
And it was a vision, man, to where I was leading. Elena was right behind me, and CJ was behind me stepping. But guess what he was doing? He was going over here, playing around in the grass. He was going over here, playing around in the grass. CJ, get back in line.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 walking. Man, and I didn't realize till when I got out, that vision he gave me, I say, man. I say, you really doing it like this, man?
It's like too good to be true,
It's like, what?
Yeah.
I say, man, he is amazing, bro. All the accomplishments that I had in my life, man, all the downfalls that I had in my life, bro, everything was to get me to where I am now.
Yeah.
To get me to him.
Yeah.
Because he was there all the time knocking it. Ta 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 ta. Uh-huh.
Anybody home?
Not here right now. you know, bro. Boom.
Dude, I think about Joseph. You know the story of Joseph, obviously, Potiphar's house, prison. But, you know, he named his kids, his boys, Ephraim and Manasseh. And basically they were a picture of like a new beginning. You know, the pain is behind me. You know, just a picture of new life.
Right.
You know, that's what CJ is, a new beginning for you.
For real,
like
bro.
A second lease on life to do this thing a different way.
Right.
You know?
And you know what? That's why, bro, you said it right. And that's the joy of it. So much joy to me, bro, that I get to pour so much Christ in him, bro, and show this kid the right way, man.
Yeah.
You know, show him the right way. And for him to be able to see things, man, you got to have a foundation, man, as soon as you can get it. You got to have the foundation. And, you know, I know because I had the foundation when I was little. I had the foundation. And I got away from it, you know? Yeah. So I stick on him. CJ, man, CJ something else, man. CJ love Christ, boy.
Dude, I was praying for y'all this morning, bro. And honestly, I don't know if this is prophetic or what it is, but I was praying for y'all this morning. I thought about, dude, all that you built, man, and who you are, and, you know, even in the world's eyes, what you become and whatnot. But I thought about King David and Solomon. And, you know, King David was one of the best kings to ever be live, or whatever, greatest kings to ever live. And then he went to build a temple for God, and God said, no, you're not going to build that temple. He said, your hands have been too dirty, you've seen too much, but your sons are going to build that temple, bro. And I just see that for CJ. I see that. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go places and do things that you never got to do, but you paid the price. You fought the fight so that he wouldn't have to. You paved that way, man.
Yeah, bro.
And, bro, God's got great things ahead of you still, too, man.
Bring it on, Jesus, baby. I'm ready for everything, bro. I'm ready for everything. I'm just humble, man, and enjoying it, man, and falling in the steps, bro. Man, ain't nothing gonna stop
now.
9 years old, man. Just turned 9, June 16th, man.
And that's how old you were whenever your family.
Ain't that so? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
point, brother.
Like you breaking curses, man.
Throw them chains up off of them. I had to break a lot, bro.
Yeah.
I had to break a lot, dog. And that sex was like crazy. That's an evil spirit, that one. That's an evil spirit. Once you get inside of you, man, it become, you just let it take over. You let it take over you, man. You out of there, bro.
Yeah.
You'll be in a whirlwind for years.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was, man. Man, thank God, man. Thank God, man. Thank God for sending me Elena, man.
Yeah.
Virtuous woman to me, bro.
Y'all are awesome together, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Dude, we happy to have y'all back in Baton Rouge, man.
Yeah, for real, bro. For real.
That game in October, was that the first game you've been back to?
Well,
LSU game?
No.
Yeah.
The Auburn game? No, I came to a couple more games. I came to a couple more, but that was the one though, man. That was the game. It just this is how God worked, because that's the ending of the documentary, bro. And it was the beginning of my really coming out party at LSU, the Auburn game, you know?
Yeah.
Man, he's phenomenal, bro.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal, man. The world need to know, man. Jesus Christ is the way, man. Ain't no other way, man. You go out here playing with this world, man, you out of there.
Oh, yeah.
The world don't care nothing about you, man. They're going to eat you up and spit you out, bro.
Yeah.
They'll portray an image to you so bad, man, and it's such a mirage out here. And these kids, man, let's preach to these kids, man, because the devil he's seeking to kill and destroy, bro.
Yeah.
We're not playing out here, bro.
He's chewing up, sitting people out.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
And then, you know, that's you got to get to the youth, man. Just got to keep preaching it to the youth, bro. We got to be example to the youth, man. Example, bro. You know, we the ones that got to give it to them, because when they going out there dealing with all these people, worldly people, man, carnal minded, they think it's right,
Yeah.
but they don't never know when they coming.
Yeah.
You don't have time to play. Thank God he held me long enough you know, for I can get there.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of people don't get that chance to make it there.
Yeah.
A lot of partners. I know you got a lot of partners the same way. That didn't get gone, you know? Didn't get to see the fullness of Christ in their life, bro. You know? Cut short, 16, 17, 18 years old, man. You know, didn't get the opportunity, bro. The devil won,
Yeah.
you know? But he ain't winning over here.
You got a ministry, bro. God's gonna use you, man. God's gonna use you to help a lot of kids in similar footsteps. I don't know what all the pieces look like, but he's gonna put it together.
Like a big old
You
puzzle.
just be faithful where you at, bro. It's exciting, bro. I'm excited to do life with you, man.
Let's do it, baby.
Glad you're here, bro.
Let's
Glad
do
you're
it.
at HPC. Get to do life together. Bro, thanks for sharing your story, bro.
Well, definitely.
I mean, it's gonna bless some people, encourage some people. We're gonna do this thing.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Well,
Hey, I didn't give you a heads up on this, but my wife makes sure I end with this tagline.
Right.
So we're about to shut this thing down. Hey, if you enjoyed this, share it. Man, like it, comment, bro. Tell Cecil how much you love him. Dude, people love you, bro. I'm telling you. I was talking to a guy the other day, not to bring it back,
Right.
but he talked to me about like how much he cried when you got
man.
your sentence, man. He was like, because you're just such a part of LSU, such a part of Baton Rouge, man.
Yeah, man.
But you
I
about to come back
appreciate
in
it
a
too.
whole new light, a whole new way,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you, bro.
But hey, like we always say on this podcast, life can be tough, but God is still so good.
Yes, he is. All the time, bro.